Wow, how many times have you felt this pain? The morning started at 8 a.m. and by 3 p.m. you look out in the audience and nobody's paying attention. And worse than that, the presenter is fantastic. How can you help? Well, perhaps it's a little bit of coaching. Often over 27 years, I've had to sit down and have the conversation in a pre-planning meeting. The content is not enough. Here's 3 things that would really help the audience to pay attention: comedy, conflict, and contrast. I know they sound simple, a little bit weird, but it works. Let's talk about comedy. How do you get your presenter to be the one that at the appropriate time just reflects on the humor of life? Allow a little time for the audience to breathe. Sometimes it could be a self-deprecating story that just shows great humility and it makes a connection with the audience. It's something that they want to do at the right moment. Or perhaps you coach them, hey, is there an industry-related, a family or a friend story? Is there a war story that really ended up funny? One of the things I always try to remember is that when it comes to comedy, the best formula is tragedy plus time equals comedy. And those anecdotes make such a difference, and they're just plain funny. So second, let's talk about conflict. That's right, conflict. Everybody loves it. From the moment you were born, when there's a fight, an argument, a disagreement, something that there's tension in the air, you just pay attention. We've been trained to do that. 2 people at odds is what people like to watch. So sometimes it's fun to stage it. If you know that the audience is getting a little bit bored or a little bit not paying attention, try to create that comedy. It works in the movies, it works in sports, it works in all kinds of things in life. And when the guy's about to get dumped in the movie, what happens? We pay attention to it. The tension in the air lets us pay attention. So how do you do it at your event? Perhaps in the middle of the presentation, there's just a member of the audience who starts talking at the presenter. You knew it was going to happen. They were wearing a microphone, but the audience is like, what? That's not what the rules are. And the presenter responds. We call that person the audience advocate. They're saying what we thought would be on everybody's mind, and the presenter is just responding. And it really, really works. And I think part of it is audiences are tired of just hearing the happy success stories and how wonderful they are. We want to force their minds to engage. Let's talk about another way to do that, and that's contrast. If you think about every graduation, every business meeting, every nonprofit gala you've been to, you automatically know what to expect. Before you even walk in the door, you know what you think's going to happen. And you've been to this gala, and even if it's your first time, you've been to the gala a million times. So how do you keep people's attention? It's time for contrast to be your friend. It's time to break the rules. Imagine if your presenter, instead of walking up from the side of the stage, rides in on a motorcycle, hops up and goes up there and starts the presentation. Even the roaring of the engine gets everybody's attention. Or perhaps your presenter begins the conversation from the middle of a table out in the audience, and as they walk up, they ask people questions. Here's the trick. Here's how you do it. Before the event, write down everything you would expect of the event and make it different. That keeps their attention. Well, we hope we take the pain out of a boring long day and you create the excitement the audience wants. On behalf of all of your friends here at Creative Visions, have a great event.